What up, Jamie? You guys here for the Slamwich interview? Oh, they just popped in. Meg Robinson put out a new album. Yeah, I wish. Buddy, I wish. Thick as blood. Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. Can you see us okay?
Yeah. Can
Oh,
you see me okay?
yes. Yeah, totally.
Beauty. I got new Wi-Fi, so I was like, this is my first time doing a live with it, so I was like, let's hope it works.
I love all the CDs in the back. That looks so sick.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I got a whole bunch.
Whole collection.
Yeah.
A whole collection, yeah. That's where all my hard-earned money goes.
Yeah. It's a good thing to start on.
I was gonna wait a minute or two just to have some more people rolling if they want.
Oh yeah, we can wait.
Cool. How was the weekend for you guys?
It was good.
Great. We played a show.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sick.
Yeah, it was fun. It was at a school actually. It was Wentworth Institute, close by to us. We played with a lot of hardcore bands. It was really sick.
That's sweet. Do you guys have good like was it a lot of hardcore bands or deathcore bands?
Mostly hardcore. Our
Mostly
like
hardcore.
scene up here is like we're maybe 1 out of 4 deathcore bands that exist. So
Oh, really?
not a lot.
Yeah, it's really hardcore scene. There's some like death metal too, in the especially like Western Mass, but like here it's mostly hardcore.
Does the scene like do they dig you guys like the hardcore, or because sometimes, I mean, back when it was like the scene was us, like back in 2000, like the hardcore kids and deathcore kids always had like issues. So I'm wondering, like, is that you guys?
Oh, the beef. No.
Yeah. Like, do they accept you guys playing, or they're kind of like outside smoking and shit?
No, they were there.
Yeah, they were definitely there. Yeah,
I think they definitely like the core better. Like it's evident, but like a lot of the hardcore and deathcore now, I feel like mix more.
Yeah.
No, I definitely agree. I mean, even back then, I feel like there was a lot of bands, like even like the Acacia Strain. They played a lot of hardcore shows, but they have a lot of hardcore elements. So I feel like they kind of
definitely the Acacia Strain's like one of the bands I would say is like right on the bridge of hardcore and deathcore.
Yeah,
like for a lot of stuff.
This guy Carlos, he's asking if this is A Lovely Day for Bloodshed. No, this is.
totally.
Are you guys familiar with A Lovely Day?
No.
Okay,
I'm not.
I maybe, I don't know.
They only had 3 songs. They were very tiny, but it was an all-female deathcore band
from shit. Oh wow, okay.
From where?
They were from California. They didn't last very long, a couple of years, and then they kind of.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they were sick. They were really cool. I put out their little EP like the first year I was label, but
Shit.
Wait, I gotta check them out.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
They're really good. You can check them out. I think I still have it up on the Bandcamp for my label there. So yeah, it's worth a shot. Slamwich, I'm already hungry. Oh, good.
Oh yeah,
I'll serve you.
Carlos, you're a funny guy. All right, well, I guess we might as well start. Now we got a handful of people, and you're 20-something people, looks like.
Yeah.
But I don't know how accurate that is, because then when you click it, it's like more or less. So I don't know how to do this thing. It's kind of weird. But Sterling says Slamwich the Ghost though.
Oh yeah, what's up, Sterling?
Oh, Oscar Rusty joined.
Who's that? Is that somebody you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of our friends.
Cool. Yeah, he might as well. I figure a lot of people from your camp will probably come on over.
Yeah, I think this is the first time we're ever doing it live. Like, this is the first time I've ever done a live. Like,
oh really?
I've always been like super terrified of doing like live videos on my Instagram because I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
But this feels better.
I think I also saw the Queen guillotined in the chat. So what's up,
Valeria? Hi.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they were up there. They did. I meant to say hi, but I feel like there's so many comments that I'm like, I can't keep up.
That's a good thing. That's a good.
Yeah, so live videos are kind of fun, but again, yeah, they're hard to know what to say unless like you're doing like an interview thing. Then I guess it's a little easier. But yeah, usually once this is done, like I'll post it on my Instagram, and then Keith, my artist, he knows how to rip the video from Instagram, so then I put it up on my YouTube as well. So it'll be up on both things. So that's kind of fun. Slamwich from Overtime. Does that ring a bell?
Yep.
Ring a bell.
It doesn't.
I'm sorry.
No. What's up?
We love you though.
Maybe he's a stalker.
Oh no.
Kidding.
He's gonna leave.
No. I'm just playing whatever. What was his name there? Let's see. Rew Rec. REW Rec. You know what sucks with Instagram though is that like I know all these people, and then they come in here with their like handles, and I have no idea who they are, but I do know them, and I always feel bad. I was like, oh hey, it's you, and I recognize the picture, but I have no idea. Yeah.
Handling that.
Time Fight Core.
That sounds sick.
That sounds sick. Did we play a show? I don't think we played a show with Overtime.
It's probably you guys play quite a bit of shows, eh? Like frequent enough.
Yeah. Less so like now as we're gearing up for like future announcements and whatnot. But yeah, like last summer was like pretty big for us in terms of playing shows. We played like a lot of local shows. We went to Miami. Then we went to like Ohio, Philly, like New Jersey, all random places. But
play in Ohio.
we played at Legends Bar and Venue,
Cleveland.
Oh yeah,
that was Cincinnati, and then we played at Medieval Pub in Cleveland.
Oh, that's yeah. I think that's where I saw Rose Funeral.
Oh really?
Oh shit.
Yeah, they played. When was that? Because I did a back-to-back show. That was in November, maybe. I forget, but I played. Yeah, they played there. I think it was a Legends. It wasn't that far, so
Yeah.
it's to drive up.
That was a sick show. Escuela Grind was on that one.
Oh yeah.
Too.
Oh, that's
yeah. It was like a little festival.
Yeah.
Kansas, I want something fun to see. And then Bill from Dr. X. Well,
I've never been to Kansas before.
Yeah, me neither.
Well,
I'm down to go.
Driven past her, but
you guys plan on doing more extensive touring? Or
we got some announcements to make actually pretty soon. We're gonna do. We did the 9 Dead one announcement already, but we're gonna have 2 more runs coming up. One before that and one I think after that. Or
after that. Both are like pretty short, but hopefully something longer.
Yeah, maybe for the summer we do a full East Coast.
Yeah. That would be awesome. It'd be nice to have you guys come towards like like down here, like Ohio, Michigan, and stuff like that, like Illinois and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, guys,
I'd love to. I mean, I would love to go over there.
I'd love to do Chicago too.
Yeah, Chicago's got a pretty sweet, some cool venues, but they have a cool scene too, for sure.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think there's enough people here. I'm gonna start now. I feel like I just go off on my own. Okay, so I'll have you guys just introduce yourselves and what you do in the band.
Cool. I'm Frankie. I'm the vocalist.
And I'm Andrea. I play guitar.
So it's Andrea, not Andrea?
Yeah, Andrea.
Okay, that was going to be my own.
Wait, what's that?
I think it was the podcast you guys did with Jan and stuff, and I think that's how I heard it, and I was like, oh, in my head I've been saying it wrong this whole time. So
yeah, I don't know how they pronounced it, but it's Andrea in Spanish, but I just say Andrea in English.
That's cool. Yeah, so Spanish. That's fun.
Yeah.
I'm also in Canada too, so I just don't have a nasty, crazy accent like Jan does from over there in Quebec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's
And
accent,
French.
love it.
Yeah.
I always forget how crazy they're like. It's only like 11 hours from where I'm at, but it's just so weird how like the you get that
I'm
comment.
sorry.
She
That's funny.
ruined my life. Oh my god. Anyways, I was just saying for 11-hour difference, it's such like a crazy different accent over there in like a language. This is wild. But anyways, okay, so for the first question here, we got
He's gone.
who started the band?
Um,
We
we
both did.
we did together, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we met like through Instagram. Because we both go to the same school, so we're both in
Oh,
college. And then we just, well, you were like, "Oh, do you like metal?" And I was like, "Yeah."
I'd actually come into college pretty late, so I just like showed up in January, and I didn't know anybody, so she appeared on my Instagram like feed, and I was like, oh my God, this person likes metal. And then yeah, we made friends pretty quickly. We found out we were living in the same dorm, just a couple floors apart. So yeah,
So
we
then
started
we started
jamming. We started actually playing like Dying Fetus, and we got a noise complaint.
Yeah.
that's too bad.
Yeah.
I think that sounds personal. Maybe they
Yeah.
fetus.
Must not like metal, I
That's
guess.
wild though. So you guys
Maybe.
played actually dorms?
Yeah, we first started jamming like with me on bass and her on guitar. I did not full send vocals in the dorms. I knew that was probably gonna be a problem.
They might have called 911, so we
That
did.
or a priest
Yeah,
for an exorcism? I'm not sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
something.
No, that's
Yeah, we have a video of us playing, and then like we hear like, and I'm like, yo. We both turn around. And,
that's
yeah.
amazing. Did you guys get like trouble or just more like a complaint? Like, okay, guys.
And we
Some
got like,
warning.
yeah, just like we got an email saying like you guys have been warned. Like, is they may, yeah.
Yeah.
So where'd you move the practices to? One of your guys' parents' house or something?
No,
Well, I guess what did we start like actually practicing? Because well, I got an apartment the year after, and then we like, I mean, the band like kind of started there, I guess. Like,
yeah, we were writing in Frankie's room for the most part for a while. It was just us two. We had one other guitarist that, I mean, it wasn't for a long time, but it was one of our friends. And then eventually, when we had like more songs, we thought of getting like a drummer and another guitarist, and then eventually bass auditions too.
Oh, okay, I see. So it kind of just forms. It kind of like all snowballed into like the.
mhm.
Exactly, yeah. It all like kind of happened, and we were just doing it for fun, like on the side, and then it's been like a year now.
That's wild.
Yeah. Like we started it like February 2022, I would say. Like that was like when
2023.
20, oh,
Yeah, last year.
well, no, because well, we like started the idea of it
Not
2022.
really.
Yeah, and
I
then
thought it
like
was more like,
because like Liz was in the band 2022 in the fall.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So like it was
We,
like a
none
long
of those
time.
songs. It's weird because none of
Yeah.
those songs ended up staying. We were doing like slam. We were fucking around with slam for a while.
Right.
Yeah, hence the name Slamwich,
Hence the
but
name
we thought it would be
Slamwich.
fitting for deathcore anyway, so we were like,
Yeah.
no, we're not changing it.
No, it's too late now. I think people kind of have caught on to the name now, where I feel like a change would just be kind of redoing your
Yeah.
song.
No.
Yeah.
Too late. People can deal
I,
with it.
Yeah.
I do love the comments though. The old
Yeah.
slam.
Like this
all
is
the little
slam.
This is clickbait.
This is clickbait. It's true. Yeah, I'm sure you'll always upset an old man in his basement.
Yeah.
So
That's
It's
inevitable.
about to happen.
the bone down. So when you said you played bass first, Frankie, like were you in the band? Like was that what you were gonna play originally?
I don't.
Yeah, right?
I think so, but like we didn't really get as far as like completely writing originals with me on bass. Like we kind of like I'm gonna be honest, Andrea's guitar playing is like way out of my bass skill level, so I just didn't it didn't really like click like
Right.
that. Like it just wow, hi Zane. Sorry. That's our
roommate
roommate.
over there.
Oh, that's
um but yeah, so it we started on I mean I started on bass, but then I don't really remember when maybe you suggested that I do vocals or I thought of
I
it.
think Fricky actually mentioned to me that I don't know, my memory's trash, but I think Fricky mentioned that she kind of wanted to start doing vocals because she did some like other vocals in
Yeah.
her other band that she was in or that she's in right
okay.
now. But yeah, and then when we got into deathcore, I mean her vocals like she learned vocals in a very, quick like there was a lot of like
Right.
progress and like she learned how to do it. She was really good at it naturally, so and her highs were good, so we were like, yeah, we should do the deathcore thing.
Yeah, thank you, but we also got like way too inspired by like Infinite Death and The Adversary and like old Die Artist
Yeah.
Murder. So we were like,
Yeah.
that's not slam, that's deathcore. Maybe we
Yeah.
should
Rebrand.
like do that instead. So yeah. And that
So
was
you guys kind of start off slammy.
yeah, we wanted to do like I wanted to do like snuffed on sight kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Like I wanted to do inhale vocals mainly too. But then I like
Yeah,
I didn't I was just like
we
no.
both like slam. I'm definitely a, like death metal guitarist for the most part, and like tech death. That's kind of what I like. And then Fricky was in like into slam, got me more into slam at the time. So I was like that's fun. But yeah, I used to listen to a lot of deathcore, like but like way back, like when I was 13 and 14.
Right.
And then like I guess I just was showing Frankie some of my playlists, and then I fell in love with it all over again. And then Frankie really liked it, and we were like, yeah, this is like our
That's
inspiration.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's sweet. So
Yeah,
then you kind of went from slammy to like kind of veered off and then went right down the deathcore lane there.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's
There's still like one or two good slams in like on most of our songs.
Yeah, we're
So.
definitely influenced by slam. I
for
feel like
sure.
the two biggest subgenres that aren't deathcore that we're influenced by, I'd say, is like tech death and slam.
Yeah,
Like we
definitely.
definitely
You can definitely tell in the music, which is nice. And I don't know why people have to complain about it, like but um,
Yeah.
but yeah. So I guess the next thing you kind of touched on it was what was your inspiration on starting the band? Um, was there any like bands in general specifically that you guys were kind of like, oh, I know you said like Night Owl's Murder and stuff. You guys are kind of falling back into like the deathcore scene and stuff like that. But like, was there any like bands or like films or anything that kind of like got the ball rolling a little more? I guess touch on it more.
well, Die Artist Murder was definitely like the main like we like knew what we wanted to go for sound wise like the second we started like immersing ourselves in their old stuff. But
Death
in
is
terms
so
of it's just yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's really
It's
good.
just like our favorite shit.
good.
But like I mean we one of the first concerts we went to together was Fit for an
Mm,
Autopsy.
mm,
So that show also like I thought it was very inspiring in terms of like deathcore.
right.
And I think shortly after we saw Cannibal Corpse too. So then we were like, I don't know, we love like all
Yeah,
types
there's
of death
definitely a
metal
lot of
deathcore. And,
different genres. I think the reason we also loved Infinite Death, it's not exactly like film or band, but more like the energy of the music was very like schizophrenic. It's like very
Yeah.
all over the place.
So that's so awesome that you mentioned that because I feel like there's no um I know what you're saying. It's all over the place, but it's also like um I feel like it just never lets up.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just like relentless, like
yeah.
heavy
yeah, there's
stuff.
no like interlude. There's no like soft spots in the songs. Like it's just like
Hmm.
whatever. Even just of like pure craziness. And I think the old vocalist had such a good set like vocal range that I feel like it just like it worked so well. Like his well, I mean, lyrically the whole EP is crazy, but I mean,
Yeah, it's a
like
lot.
you hear like his emotion in it, when he's screaming and stuff, and I feel like that's like
Yeah.
you don't capture that
I
much, you know, especially now.
I completely agree. Even though what he's, talking about is really fucked, like his emotion that comes through is so noticeable
Yeah.
and makes it just such an immersive experience, which I think is
Yeah.
what we take from it a
Yeah,
lot.
I definitely agree, and that's another reason why some bands stick out more than the other, because of that specific reason. Is that, like, sure, you can yell into a microphone, right, and a lot of bands do that, but I mean, when you start like feeling it, and you can tell that, like, you know, they're straining their voice and stuff, and I don't know, it just makes it like a whole other new experience and a whole other level of, like, um you know, coolness and just enjoyable listening stuff. So yeah, no, I'm glad you guys mentioned that, like, it's schizophrenic. It's a good way of putting it, because
Yeah,
I feel like kind of
we talk
you're
about
kind
it when
of
we're
diving,
writing.
yeah, I feel like you're kind of diving down a hole with the vocalist, as like he
Mhm.
loses more and more every time he sings.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, it's definitely a cool
He
experience.
feels less like a vocalist and more like just somebody like in the track, like a whole different.
Almost like
Like,
an
yeah.
instrument kind of thing. Like, oh, like, you know, like, yeah, I feel you. And I wish I could think of other bands that are like that, but they're so few and far between that it's like,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of bands now. That's why a lot of like deathcore now is so, like, a lot of it's stale, kind
Oh,
of.
that's such a great way to put
Definitely.
it.
You know what I mean?
It's very
Like,
So stable.
it's just not as,
repetitive.
yeah, it's repetitive. Everybody wants to have like the craziest vocals, and I feel like
Yeah.
like
It's like everyone wants to do the same unique thing and then it's not unique anymore.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly. Like soon as, like, I don't know, it was a few years ago when everyone started sounding like super crazy, and the Little Rainbows came out of nowhere, and
yeah,
then all these vocalists are starting. And I mean, it's cool at first, but then when, like, everyone's doing it, then it's not that magical,
exactly.
you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just, I don't know. Yeah, I feel sometimes I just feel like less is more. Like, just play straight up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Definitely.
play it. You know, you throw your breakdowns in, a little slammy part. You got highs and lows. Like, I just feel like, well, why do you need, like, you know? I don't know. Does it make sense to you? What I'm
Oh,
trying to say,
Yeah.
like, it's just
yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
Maybe you feel
I don't
that for
know,
sure.
one song that, like, it just kind of misses the mark, or it just sounds too, like, overproduced, and then that's the part.
Too many like layers, too many like so much fake shit,
Yeah,
not enough real punchy shit.
right, exactly. So, and you're kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I can go on forever about it, because I feel like I miss the old days, um, of those times where, you know, deathcore was like so raw, and so young, couldn't afford, like, you know, good recording. Everything's kind of like in their bedroom, or, you know, shitty guy recording and stuff. So it's like, and that's why it's cool that to see like you guys and like Tracheotomy and Lilith's Demise and stuff coming out, because I feel like you guys are capturing that, um that sound, right? You guys aren't like put, you know, so much production into one song, or in trying to make it sound so crisp and nice. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so it's nice to have. And I feel like us, the older generation of the deathcore stuff from the 2000s, like, I feel like super, like, we love it, and I feel like it's like we appreciate it, and definitely are excited to hear more stuff from, like, these up and coming bands.
I'm glad. Yeah.
And yeah, no, it's cool. It's like reliving it, kind of, because it's fun to it was fun. It was a fun time. I don't know how old you guys are, but I don't know if you were in like the MySpace.
We're not old enough to have like lived through it. I kind of caught the tail end of some couple Warped Tours, but
Right.
it was already not as much of a thing anymore.
Yeah.
But I think it's definitely like you can hear like the youthfulness of that type of music, like just how much fun they were having when they were making it. And
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. There's so many. That's cool you say that too, because yeah, the youthfulness. Like, you can, like, I'll listen to bands now from back then, and you can still tell that, like, they're having fun. You know what I mean? You're like, it's a job, but they're not taking it too seriously. They're having a good time. And then, like, now you listen to it, and it's like almost like it sounds too workish. You know, like, too, like, everything's too thought of, and I don't know.
Yeah.
exactly. And I definitely feel that with All Shall Perish, like out of any band that just like to me are like I know those dudes were having like a lot of fun,
Oh, for sure.
doing that and like writing shit.
All shall perish.
Yeah, they're another one of our biggest inspirations in
Yeah.
terms of vocals and guitar work.
I
Oh,
think Yeah, because like the Infinite Death stuff is really cool, but I personally like when writing love melody too, and All Shall Perish does it in a really cool way. Like they have melodic parts that are sick.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Do you need glasses there, Andrea?
A little, I'm trying to read the comments, but I can't see shit.
Yeah, get your glasses. She actually does wear glasses, so
I don't. I like never wear them,
well,
which is
you
why my
need
vision.
them.
Yeah, I know.
But it's like, yeah, I just see you squinting, and I go, I remember those days where I'm just like,
You could get them right now.
I don't like contacts. I don't like having shit in my eyeballs, but I also don't like having stuff on my face. So
I
kind of just squint through life.
squint, and then you're gonna get crow's feet when you're older, and then
Okay, I'll deal with it.
Yikes.
I was gonna touch on this Trail of Crumb guy's comment. Crazy vocals ruined a deathcore for me. Infant Annihilator hopped on that train way before many of these newer bands, which
True.
that's true. They were kind of almost like, yeah, but those guys were over the top with like everything, where it was
I
still kind of fun.
love their style. I think it was like original for
Yeah,
them. A little
Yeah,
bit though.
I also think they kind of started that, and also I feel like this is how I view it, I guess, but I feel like they intended it to be so
oh
extreme and like
It's almost like
unrealistic.
comedic. Yeah, it, like
Yeah,
yeah,
comedic for
they're
sure.
super
there's
comedic, and
there's
like people took it way too seriously.
right
True.
for like the first album. I mean, all of them, but their first one especially, and like the double bass goes so fast that it makes me like laugh out loud, and I
Yeah,
go, ha, like,
It's impossible
yeah.
to even play live, I bet. That's why they don't have any shows.
It
but
was like
but
the joke shit of that era. I remember watching like Stevie T like guitar YouTube stuff, and everybody would clown on him for like even doing stuff like that, you know. And now everyone's like doing it like professionally.
Literally.
yeah, you're not wrong. It's 100% true. Because even the I forget the Infinite Annihilator's drummer. I forget his name, but for a long time too, I don't know, is it Eddie or that's the guitarist. I can't remember.
I only know Dickie.
Or Dick.
That's the only.
Yeah.
He was the OG vocalist there, but yeah, they thought like he was using certain pedals and this and that because like, and then he made all these like drum. Like if you have you ever watched his like drum cam, like his
No,
playthroughs,
I actually haven't.
so crazy,
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
crazy good.
so crazy. Like and it shows up close, like his double bass and stuff. He's a maniac.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I
Okay.
think you're right. It's intended to be like super extreme.
Yeah, this
But
guy says mad satirical. I agree.
Yeah. They have like a goofy breakdown. Like, don't they have, isn't it called like the Battle of some
Yeah, I
song
know
where
what you're
they have
talking
like a
about.
fake breakdown or something where it's like,
I think is that Rings of Saturn?
no, that's Infinite Annihilator.
That I was thinking.
It's a battle of something
Oh
of
yeah,
like, I don't know, but it's funny.
the acoustic ish.
yeah, I get you. Yeah, Black Tongue was cool too. That was Alex. Alex from Black Tongue was also, I think, the first vocalist for Infinite Annihilator.
Mm.
But have you guys ever heard of Black
I've
Tongue? Listen to them?
heard of them, but
Yeah,
I've
it's
never
it's
listened
been
to them.
a minute since I heard
Yeah,
it.
those are just like I want to say sludgy, but sludgy kind of, and very like down and just like uh, it's just really like crushing. I guess it's kind of like almost like what the most recent, not most recent, but the last few releases from Acacia Strain have been coming out with.
Yeah. Orange Peaks said, "Hi, Orange Peaks. Deathcore is such a fun genre because the edges of it are very blurry, similar to metalcore." I
Yeah,
agree
Yeah,
with that because the way that I view deathcore a lot of the time is like you're either like on the bridge of like hardcore, so like kind of like Body Snatcher, Spite, like that kind of sound, or you're like pushing boundaries of like more extreme like death metal and tech death and like
yeah,
fast shit.
yeah.
I feel like and then I feel like the like 2000 style shit is definitely on that spectrum, but also its
and
own
you can
thing.
go really melodic with it or not. Like
Yeah.
people like Black Dahlia is technically death, like melodic death metal, and some people say deathcore. Like it's just like not really super
Why
defined.
people call Black Dahlia deathcore because
I don't
that's they're like
agree. I think they're like mellow
yeah,
death, but they're not as. They're also they have a little bit like fruity parts too. So I don't know.
yeah. They spice it up a little bit, but I do agree with you. Yeah, there's usually like the deathcore, and then some of them lean more into like the hardcore stuff, like you said, like Body Snatcher and and spite and stuff, and then some will lean more into like more extreme, like the death metal kind of stuff. And you can kind of tell which bands do it and don't, right? Because it's a totally different sound depending on which way you kind of whatever route you take.
Yeah.
Trail of Crumbs, ROS. I'm guessing that's Rings of Saturn is a hollow shell of its former. Yeah, those guys
Yeah,
are.
Rings of Saturn fell off, man.
Yeah.
They fell off. So did the Faceless. I mean, sorry if
used to
anyone
love
likes the Faceless,
like the
but
old
they fell
Faceless
off.
shit.
Because we were gonna cover an Autopsy by the
Oh,
Faceless, because that like is also a huge
That
inspiration
album
for
is
us.
amazing.
But
their
we
first
might
album
still. I don't know.
for the Faceless. Are you talking about their first album?
Um,
Yeah.
Akeldama,
Yeah,
Yeah.
is that the first album? I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. The one with like the skeleton blue
Yeah,
cover.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like the little X-ray
That's the only
thing.
one I really got into, but it's definitely super like techy and um I remember seeing them live and it was wild.
That's sick.
Yeah, their drummer is fucking insane.
Yeah,
I've seen good videos of him.
yeah. I remember now of them being like I wasn't a huge fan of their later stuff, but I definitely appreciate their live performance.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Orange Peaks. In contrast, Oceano is an OG deathcore band that's still. Yeah, that's true. There's bands like that kind of stay consistent, and I feel like Oceano is one of those. And then, unfortunately, I feel like Die Artist Murder. I
They
feel like
fell
kind of
off
they
too, in my opinion.
like after Hate. I
Yeah, after Hate, it went.
So downhill.
Honestly, I think
I
peak
like Hate.
is the Adversary and Infinite Death. I like Hate as well, but it's just
Yeah,
not
Adversary and Infinite
like
Death are better.
the Adversary to me is like if Behemoth was deathcore. Like that is like prime like blackened death metal like with breakdowns, and I think like that's the most death metal deathcore can get at a certain point, I
pretty much
think.
yeah, and that also had CJ in it too, which is weird because I feel like I wish they would have kept that kind of sound.
Yeah.
At least
I wonder what that album would have sounded like.
Honestly,
On it.
I like what CJ did on that album. I think it's much better than anything else he's done in any
yeah,
other album.
yeah.
But I think it's because he has like some layers on that album that I don't think Brendan, the old vocalist, could have ever done,
Mm,
which I like. But I also agree, like it misses that high, this like squealy energy that Brendan
yeah,
had. Like that is important for Die Art's old sound for
yeah.
sure.
No, I definitely agree. Which whatever. I mean, Adversary is still a really solid album.
I love that album. Probably one of my favorite. It's probably I don't know if I'd say my favorite deathcore album, but it's definitely like top
Top
three.
three,
Top
nice.
three for sure.
Definitely.
I just got the flag of it in my room. I was like, I need to hang that shit up. I was like, I love it
We
so
got the
much.
Infinite Death flag too.
Yeah.
They put those out not long ago, right? Those flags.
Yeah, they're on Indie Merch Store. I think they're still up.
Yeah.
They have like hats of like Adversary and
Oh
Infinite
yeah,
Death.
yeah. They did like shirts and like
Mhm.
of each release or like the older stuff. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I wonder if I don't know. I forgot what I was gonna say. My brain just shut off. But um, I'll go to the next question anyways. So for lyrics, who writes lyrics and what is the inspiration and stuff that you look into to kind of channel in on whatever you choose to write about?
Um, so I write the lyrics. Andrea helps a little bit. I try to get her to help.
A little.
um, I definitely go to her when I'm like, I could say this better, or what's another word for this? But lyric inspiration, I love well Vulvadinia's lyrics for in terms of like brutality.
Hmm.
Like I mean all of our songs are about killing somebody, so like um like that those types of like lyrics and the way that they're worded and like the adjectives that are used are just like that's what I look for like inspiration in that regard. But I'm trying to think because I remember getting really into I forget what album it is, but it's a To the Grave album. It's the one with Lips and Assholes.
Pest control.
Pest Control is that the album or a song?
I think that might be a song.
But yeah, I those lyrics are a lot about like the kind of like overpopulation and like the end of the world and like kind of talking
Yeah.
about like I don't know, just brutal shit, but that's also like kind of profound in a way. So I found a lot of inspiration with like one song lyrically that I wrote. I think I don't remember which song it was, but yeah, all of our songs as of right now share like a general the same overarching themes, which we tried to include for the EP,
Right.
which is like about turning somebody or a group that we hate into food, kind of like turning something super ugly into something that we think is beautiful.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's our theme right now. But
That's
yeah.
We came up with the rough, like our first concept was like a deli, um, and there was like a butcher who would like select choose people that he thought was, you know, doing something shitty. So it could be like a bad Christian or hypocritical Christian or and you know just
Yeah, shit like
different like
that.
groups.
Like we got I mean edible arrangement is about killing Christians, killing like I guess like disciples kind of in a sense, like insane followers of God that like kind of waste their life praying to God instead of like actually living. And it's about, you know, turning them into an edible arrangement and then giving it to God and saying, "Ha, fuck you, we turned your devout person into into a fruit basket. Here's your gift."
into a fruit basket. I love it.
Yeah, we just I don't know, like I love like getting like random and creative with shit like that.
Yeah,
Like
there's definitely comedy to it too.
yeah, it
A little bit
definitely.
of comedy.
And then another one of our songs that's not released yet is like about turning like a rich dude who exploits people, turning his stomach into a bowl of soup that's made out of his own like puke and guts and making him choke on it. I don't just some random shit
do
like that.
do your parents approve of the lyrics?
They don't know the lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
They can keep it that way, especially your parents.
My parents are very religious. They don't approve.
Yeah, they might
Yeah.
not. They might not approve.
No.
Why?
No.
Yeah.
But they still support. So
They came to a show. My parents haven't even been to one of our shows.
yeah.
Her parents went to our show.
Yeah.
That's too bad. They're missing out.
I know. My parents would. They're definitely support. I mean, I think my parents are pretty supportive. I just
Yeah,
think
definitely.
like I've shown them our EP art, and they're like, that's interesting. Like, that's a little. I'm like, whatever. Like, it's it's our aesthetic. It's our vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you showed on the EP art that like I've seen.
Yeah.
The,
And I know like people don't know what we're talking about, but that's supposed to represent the dude's stomach.
right.
Like that's the POV of the stomach.
Yeah.
Of the guy, what was
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
And then
That's awesome. Yeah.
then there's like meat hooks and like a dick on a meat hook for one of our other songs.
Yeah, there's definitely little Easter eggs, which will
Oh
be
yeah.
fun if people can spot them.
Yeah. So keep
Easter
an eye
egg.
out.
That's sick. um. So writing process. What's the like? How do you guys? I know you guys are in the midst of writing.
Hmm.
Um. So how's that process go? Like, is it you and Andrea that kind of like take full steam on that, and or is it like a whole band collective thing together? Like, do you guys all live in the same state and you guys like jam out ideas, or how does that work for you guys?
So yeah, we all live close to each other, so usually we get to jam some stuff. Usually it'll be the guitar parts that are written, so I'll write guitar parts, and Frankie will be there, you know, and we'll spit ideas back and forth. And then once I'm done, I'm usually very picky about
Yeah.
songs
Very picky.
and structure, so I'm trying to be a little less picky.
But
But
it's all in good. It's in good measure. Like there are definitely times where you write something that you throw away because you don't think it'll work, but I think it'll work.
Right.
But I think everything that's come together so far has been.
Yeah,
I mean, I love all of it. So
there's definitely also been an evolution. So like Edible was written, I wrote when I was on break and I was just very inspired, so that came together super quick. And then I gave it to the band and I was like, I have like ideas for how I want it to sound, but then, you know, Riley, the drummer, adds like his own parts to it, like whatever he hears, and then Frankie gets like full creative freedom on like the vocals, on and patterns and shit like that.
Yeah,
And then
that's cool.
yeah.
So so like, do you guys do anything first to last? Like, do you say vocals for last and stuff, or is it kind of like just like a jumble of?
Honestly, yeah, I think vocals
Oh,
usually go last
yeah.
unless we're writing together and we're like, yo, this vocal pattern would be super cool over it.
And usually when we're writing, we try to brainstorm what the song should be about while we're writing as well.
Okay.
That's kind of what I mean, because I mean, anytime she's writing guitar, I want to be there. Like I just love. I mean, I like to be part of the process. It's
Right.
also I feel like I'm like her certified like videographer to record.
Yeah.
But
We live together too, so it's super easy.
yeah,
Like when we're
Oh,
home, we'll write, you know, just for
yeah.
fun. If I'm, you know, I've been trying not to listen right now to a lot of music just so I don't get inspired by anything else, but just kind of wait to see what happens.
Okay.
Um,
That's
or
cool.
try not to listen to, you know, sometimes when we're writing, I'll be like, I want a sick breakdown. Like, you know, I need to hear a couple sick breakdowns to see what it feels like.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
I think that's a lot of the times when we're writing. Like, I mean, with terms of like structure and in terms of like, I think breakdowns and like rhythms, especially, we look for inspiration. Like last time we were writing, like I like was going through the adversary, like, oh, that's
yeah,
cool. Oh, that's cool.
we'll definitely have an idea. Like, we'll create a song concept, and then we'll usually say like, all right, this like we're the song starts by, you know, like we're taking the victim and we're dragging him away. So like something really sporadic at first, and then like what's gonna happen next in the structure? Like, oh, we want a really evil like cook like brewing, you know, kill part, and stuff like that.
You guys
Yeah, and so far,
that you have a little bit of brutality in there.
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely,
yeah, that's for
definitely.
definitely like that's at least like for like in terms of like aesthetics, like I don't. I mean, I think deathcore definitely has like a lot of brutality in it, but I think the brutality that we like the extent in terms of like I guess visuals as well is definitely like a slam
Slam and
aesthetic.
death metal.
Like and yeah, death metal like a lot of we try to go like more brutal in that department for sure in terms of yeah, in terms of like meaning of songs and
Right.
like I mean yeah, like our art and everything. Like we like the gory shit. we
But
and
that kind of goes hand in hand. I feel like, especially if you guys have that cool sound from, you know, you guys kind of encapsulate that sound from back then. I feel like back then it was just that's all the art was, right? It was like dead chicks, like gore.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
you guys keeping the, you know, the flame burning with
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's at least older deathcore has that
I think
element for sure.
it's
Yeah,
part of the bullshit of metal in my like that's why I fell in love with metal. Like I like the gory shit, not like the cookie cutter shit.
yeah,
So
I know. Yeah, yeah, I feel you. Or when like it's like super. Oh, there was a band not that long ago that I found that like the artwork was so opposite of what it was musically, and I feel like most people would have, if they were basing off the art, would never listen to them. You know what I mean? I'm trying to remember
Mhm.
what it was, and I just happened to do it on a whim, and it was like, you know, some heavy brutal shit that would have fit perfectly with like gory artwork, but they just had like
yeah,
very simple art, and I'm like,
it's
damn,
also a
that's
modern thing. Like I think Peeling Flesh has really cool brutal shit, but like they
oh
released
yeah,
very modern
Yeah.
like
I
album cover, which works for some. I think it's part of the aesthetic,
yeah
which I think that dichotomy is also pretty cool. But you know, the old school shit is fun.
yeah. I always liked the Wake in the Cadaver album
I
covers.
love the Waking the Cadaver album covers.
There's
That's another band that we really got inspired by at the start.
originally, yeah, that was like
That's everything we
You
wanted
guys,
to be.
you guys need to have Don, the vocalist, do a little feature in one of your songs.
Would
I know, yeah.
absolutely love
He's
that. That would make me
he,
so happy.
he would like. I'd be shocked if he didn't do it. Like he's like, I hit him up.
We should hit him up.
We should get him
We
for
should
like
hit
a
him up.
slam section in one of our songs.
So sick. That'd be amazing.
Aw, that
Um,
comment was sweet. So
Yeah.
glad Slamwich and Little Smize are getting put on there in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Have you seen the album cover by Rotting? No, I don't know which one.
Oh, and Keith
Does
asked,
the gore interest
Hi,
reach
Keith.
into movies? Are either of you horror movie fans? I actually am terrified of horror movies. I can't watch one. I
She
can watch
gore videos,
I can
but she
watch
can't
a
watch
lot of
horror
real
movies.
gore videos, but it's something about like supernatural horror that just freaks me out.
really?
I also used to be scared of horror movies, but I definitely like them now. I have seen a lot of like wild slasher movies, like I forget the one, but with Art the Clown, like that shit was
Terrifying.
so terrifying. Yeah, that shit was so excessive, but also honestly awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I would say we're inspired by, even if you don't watch it, like we're inspired by it.
We're inspired by gore. Like we used to watch gore videos for inspiration on like I have so many viruses from it. There's actually one really sick gore movie that I love called Vile, where they just have to like make themselves feel pain. And then that creates like a little juice in their neck and then they get freed and everyone dies anyways. So it's fucking like shit like that. I like is really good and it's,
That's
Yeah,
that's
it's
some
the
pretty good.
plot that scares her, I think.
yeah.
That's so
Uh,
fun.
But we actually were gonna write a song about the movie Seven.
Oh,
Which,
love
yeah,
it.
I love that. It's one of my favorite
Yeah,
movies. I love the concept of that. Like the serial killer, I think is one of the most creative concepts of like killing people. Like based on the seven deadly sins, I think that's so cool.
yeah.
We might still write a song about it, but
Yeah.
we were like, I definitely had that
Yeah, one
brainstorm.
of my favorite Slayer songs too, off God Hates Us All is has to do with that, so that'd be sick to write about. Also, the person in Orlando, keep your calendar open because we might be going down there.
Right. That's
Not
some
announced yet, but yeah.
unannounced. Keith, Keith, the guy who does art for me, he said I meant to read this early. He kind of said it a little while ago, but Slamwich covering an autopsy would be sick. Any other songs you guys would consider covering?
We were actually talking about it last night. But I mean, I would love to cover an autopsy at some point, but we are learning a new cover song right now. I don't know if we should give it a plug.
We're in between two right now, and we can let you guys vote on it because we're actually we want to do Wage Slaves really badly, but we're also thinking of Entombment of a Machine, which I think seems to be more of a crowd favorite. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
We're torn right now.
Also, my cousin just joined. Hi.
Molly.
Hi, Molly.
We do Whore to a Chainsaw. We've been doing it for a while. We stopped recently since we have more originals, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching not like a week or so ago, watching one of your live sets, and you guys covered "Or to a Chainsaw."
That one's really fun.
Yeah, that one always gets the crowd like excited.
Moving, yeah.
It's great.
It just has that one part where it's like, I don't know what
Trash face cover, yeah.
Maybe.
I forget what he says, but it's just like it's that constant beat, and it's like the people can jump up on you and just like grab the mic.
Eradication.
Yeah. So good.
And there's also the middle section too. That's so high. Die fucking horse!
Oh yeah, that one.
License plate, stop breeding fucking rats.
Your bitch is gonna get it.
So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's so vulgar.
It is. It's like honestly stupid, but it's like it's hype, and like I think the way that song is written, like musically, is so good. I absolutely love everything about the way musically that song is written.
Yeah.
It's like
No, it definitely is 100% a crowd pleaser.
yeah. And it's like the panic chords, like
yeah, everything about that song is fun.
That is the best.
Yeah, that's sick. You guys should record it. Be sweet.
Yeah, we were thinking about it. Doing like a live recording of it.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Throw it on as a bonus song on your new EP.
We thought about it.
I don't know, because we're also scared about like copyright issues and like also just we don't know if we're gonna have the time. Like it's a whole
Eventually, if we release like a vinyl or like an LP or something, we might throw it on there.
Yeah.
Like as a bonus.
That could be sick.
Bonus track or something.
That could be cool. Yeah, I know like lawsuits and stuff, and like I don't think that's really a big thing anymore unless you're like making tons of money off of it. Like if you're, you know what I mean? Like
probably
I
not a big issue.
Fans that were on labels and toured, you know, around, and you know they cover a song and cares. Like it's not. I wouldn't worry about it. And I've released a few bands too where they covered like Venetia Vitalities, if you know them.
Oh yeah.
I
remember we actually had a conversation about them, I think, like a bit ago.
Oh, I think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they Bring Me the Horizon. I think it's Christian Slater song. Forget which one. But anyways, yeah, they did it on one of my releases. But like, yeah, I don't think that's a big deal. But I guess time and stuff. You know, you guys are already writing your main stuff, what have you. But
our other guitarist just joined. Hi Arno. Or I don't know if he just joined. It just said he's watching. But hey.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Your guitarist?
Yes.
Oh. I know.
If you modify the sample enough, I think it's passable. That's what Keith said. Hammer Smash Face would be sick too. Yeah, I think covering Job for a Cowboy next would be.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We got our.
I guess that's our answer.
Especially when you guys scream like that little shriek.
Yeah. I was thinking it'd be fucking hilarious to get somebody at the back of the room planted so they could just scream like and surprise everybody in the crowd like right at the perfect moment.
Like you're talking live.
Yeah. Yeah, live.
That'd be sick. And people are gonna be like, "Where'd that come from?"
We should actually do that.
Yeah.
That's an amazing idea. That's so funny. Oh yeah, just have somebody planted back there and just squeal really, like just really loud. And
really loud as fuck. Yeah.
That's so funny. That'd be hilarious. That would like I feel like definitely get some juices flowing though. I feel like in a live setting.
Yeah.
100%.
I think that's really bad or really great.
Blade Whoa says, "Love how these young kids keep in this music a new breath."
Thank you.
It's true though. It's so exciting to be like I find myself more interested in the bands that are kind of taking inspiration from the old deathcore scene as opposed to like trying to reinvent it or you know what I mean, trying to be the heaviest. And
yeah.
Oh my god, Brian Robbins, what's up?
Hey Brian, what's good?
That's our.
He does our mixing.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Fantastic job.
We can clear through the Harry Fox agency.
Oh, is that real?
We love Slamwich for cover.
Oh, too.
Ken would know that. He was in an old kind of deathcore band called where were they from? California. They were Palo de Moors.
Yes.
Know them?
That's sick.
I think
no.
Vista, California, but yeah, he would know. He would know for sure. Yeah, there is things that you can like submit it to and have it like approved and stuff like that, or but I think a lot of it's more on vinyl. Like a lot of vinyl places won't do like samples because of movies or certain
movie.
Oh shit.
That's good to know. Because we do have a movie sample in one of our songs.
But it depends on the plant, of course. But I've when I used to work with another record label before I started mine, it was full like there was the plant we went through where it's like they make us change it.
You just gotta plug in the phone really quick.
Yeah, no, but
I think we flipped it upside down.
No.
Oh, okay.
I think we could just do this.
I don't know.
But this is not connected.
Oh, let me connect it then.
This is just grab.
Oh, okay.
Or my computer, so you don't have to stretch it. Sorry, 2 seconds.
No, that's.
I'll grab my computer.
Okay. Okay, I'll just go back into the.
But yeah, what I was saying was it's cool that you guys are keeping it like alive, and I think all of us, on behalf of all the older scene guys and girls, I think we all are really happy that you guys are still like, keeping it real. There's a handful of bands that do so well, um, with the Queen Guillotine and stuff, and you got
Mhm.
Lilith and
Yeah, we're
yeah,
very excited
like,
to be playing with them.
with
Um,
Queen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ken says you guys are dope. Just checked you guys out.
Thank you,
Oh, yeah,
Ken.
thank you.
And then there was something else here too. Someone said, "Would you guys ever start making a full slam album or EP as opposed to a deathcore?"
Well, maybe, probably not, but I have been like really working on my slam vocals, so I would love to like do some shit, more of that shit.
We'll definitely probably do more elements of different stuff.
Yeah.
I might even try to find a way to infuse more tech into it while still making it sound very, old and like in the faceless kind of way. But yeah, I don't know. We were actually playing around with the song that's gonna come after the EP like last night when we were writing. And
yeah, if you want like a taste of that, it was definitely fast, definitely melodic.
yeah,
Kind of
All Shall Perish.
Yeah, like not metalcore quite, but inspired. I mean, melodic,
Not gonna lie.
melodic, more melodic than a lot of deathcore, I will say.
This is why I only write in diminished.
Yeah, I don't know. She writes amazing metalcore riffs and then scraps all of them. So I think for once we're finally getting some.
If it sounds like All Shall
Okay.
Perish, I'm okay with it. But if it's too metalcore, I can't do it.
Just would you ever start a metalcore band, like a side project?
I mean, for me, this is like my metalcore band. Like, if it's deathcore, like I feel like they're so close and like they border so thinly, and like I think like I mean, I think your melodic riffs are like my metalcore fix, even if they're not metalcore.
Yeah, I get that. I think we have one song on the EP that's definitely leans more melodic, so you could say it's more metalcore. And I don't think we'd ever even consider doing clean vocals on anything.
No,
Like
yeah.
that's just not even a possibility.
The most clean vocals we do is spoken, which we
Yeah.
actually have one.
Like gang vocals, we
Yeah,
actually
we have gang vocals. We have one spoken word thing that's kind of spoken word. I don't know if you would count. Would you count that as spoken word?
Spoken word is
This
kind of,
one?
Oh yeah. Yep. No, yeah.
spoken
Which
word
since
is cool, so it works well. I feel like when you have like, I don't know the exact word I'm looking for, but like I feel like spoken word is a lot different than like singing.
Yeah, definitely.
Word. I feel like a lot of deathcore bands that do spoken word are kind of want that deranged sound, like they're almost like they go more,
Yeah, that's what we want.
but
Definitely.
right, yeah. Which I think is sick. I wish more bands did more of that because I feel like
Disembodied is awesome. Whoever said that.
Yeah.
Channel Crumbs. Love Disembodied.
very true.
Disembodied. Oh yeah, sick.
They're
Dave
sick.
Vortex is fun. I'm a huge Slam fan.
Slam
Yeah, we were thinking of doing a slam reading of our lyrics.
Yeah.
Did you guys play with Sterling in Red Alert Skate
We
Shop?
did. And that was
Great.
awesome.
That's cool. The vocalist guitar. He just said that up there.
Hell yeah. I would love to play with them again. Like if we could do another show.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys should. Sterling's so good. Oh! I forgot to tell him. I think he's still in here, Caleb. But we finally sold out of the CDs right before we started the live.
Yeah. Congratulations on that.
Yeah. It was. They're so good. They're so good.
Yeah, they're great.
I still gotta listen. They just dropped an album, right?
Yeah. I just
gotta listen to that.
I have to listen.
Yeah. They have They have what do they got? Tapes and CDs both sold out, and then there's just merch left. But yeah, they put out a whole EP.
That's sick.
Hell yeah.
Oh, he's excited. Fuck yes. Cool. So you kind of touched on it in the beginning of the interview with like playing with hardcore bands and if they're accepting, but when it's like a full, if you're playing with like Sterling and Lilith's Demise and stuff like that. Like, how's the reaction been when people are seeing you guys live, and how's the reaction online for you guys? Like when you're dropping singles on Slam Worldwide and stuff. Like, what's the feedback like for you guys?
A lot of it, I mean, most of it, pretty much all of it, I'd say is
Very
really
positive.
good, positive. Yeah.
Occasionally, we get the slam thing where like everyone thinks it's gonna be slam and then it's not, and then the woman comments. But
Yeah.
aside from that, it's very positive. I think with Edible, it was even more positive. That was also a song that we felt way more confident in, and we, were very excited to release, and I think it did very, very well.
Yeah, I'm dying to hear more because
Very soon.
I keep going back and listening to the two songs, and it's just they're so good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you of anyone knows what the plans are. So
Yeah,
soon.
that is true. I'm just like counting down the days. Like,
hell yeah.
that's cool.
Well, if you're interested in reading the lyrics, I did just send them to
Yeah, I
Keith.
saw that.
So
I was going to. If we were done this, I was going to give him give him. I can't wait to see what kind of edible arrangements you make now with the lyrics, with all the
yeah, for sure.
stuff. No, fun. I like
Yeah.
that. 'Cause it's almost like this is what I didn't get either. Was like, I don't know if you guys had any. I mean, I don't know if people looked into your lyrics or not, or if you had any like pushback with them. But it's like the thing is that you can sing like you guys as lyrics, as a band, you can write about hacking somebody up and changing them, turn into an edible arrangement and stuff. But then it's like that's gross, that's this, that's that. But then like the same person will go watch, this crazy horror slasher flick where the director obviously wants, all these people to be hacked up and stuff. So it's like I don't like that. I don't like when like deathcore gets shit on for their lyrics, but then horror movies,
Don't.
like don't. It's kind of, in my mind, it's the same thing. You're a director, and if you want 40 women to be killed in your movie, then that's what you want, and that's what you're gonna. And if you want,
Yeah.
I think it also has a little bit to do with I don't know why. I don't think that like that really doesn't make sense if you don't fuck with brutal lyrics like that. I think
right,
hopefully people see that past that. I think there's a lot of like depth to our lyrics in a way. Like we definitely wanted to get a more important message across through the brutality.
Yeah.
So hopefully people see that and they don't just take it as like brutal lyrics because then that would be that would suck. But
I think, I mean, I did a good blend of metaphor and brutality that, like, I think when they come together, at least how I see it is like there's it's clear that something else is trying to be said within the brutality. Um, but yeah, and then our lyrics, I tried to upload them to DistroKid, but they still haven't appeared. So
that's been a problem.
and that's also sucked because a lot of things that, I mean, what I really like about hardcore shows, especially local shows, like like a lot of people that like are really like, in touch with the band, like know their lyrics and like will come like steal the mic, or everyone's like a homie, everyone's like having a great time with that. And like I would love for people to like learn the lyrics to our songs, or like want to like steal the mic from me, or like want to just like shout it at me, because like that to me like is I don't know, a super like one of my favorite kinds of like crowd engagements, but other than moshing, of course. But yeah, like I'm waiting for that, for when the lyrics are like posted somewhere
right,
public, and hopefully people would want to do that for us, because I know it's definitely less of a deathcore thing, more of like a
yeah.
hardcore thing to do. But
I've heard, and it looks like it's confirmed here with Ken too. He said DistroKid sucked at putting the lyrics out, and I've
they do.
heard like super slow or super just like not time sensitive at all.
Oh yeah, we've had like Edible's been out for months and we've never got the lyrics for that. So, which sucks, but I
So,
think they're definitely selective. Um, like the bigger the band, the faster it comes out.
oh, is that Is that really how it works?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that like Deicide, for example, released something and the lyrics were up the same day. Like definitely the bigger you are, the faster they come.
Maybe it has to do with like a label or something, or like not the band
Yeah.
themselves uploading it to Spotify or whatever.
Kayla says you got to do it an app at a time.
Oh, really? I think that, I mean, from what I've seen, it's just an option on DistroKid, like, oh, type out your lyrics, match them to when they appear in the song, and then we'll upload them to everything. But that clearly hasn't worked. So yeah, hopefully there's another option.
Put them in a link on a link tree on your page so people can get them faster. I mean, that's
a good idea. I mean, I know we just talked about having like posts about like the lyrics for when the EP comes out.
yeah.
That I think could be effective, possibly. But
I think you're talking about what happened a couple days ago.
yeah, where we're talking in the group chat.
Yeah. No, that's a great idea. I did that one other time. I think I told you about it last time we were talking. How I did the artwork was like old, like hieroglyphic kind of Greekish like fighting guys and like warriors. But around like the tomb, I had a URL, and then you could, if you saw it, you would type it in on the computer. And brought
yeah. I remember you telling me about that. That's
like that'd be cool too, doing some kind of fun.
Some shit like that would be awesome.
Would be sweet. Like each lyric, each song has its own artwork, kind of based off of, I mean, that might be a lot of work, but even if it's just like hooks and different artwork for each one, just so it doesn't look repetitive, that'd be really sweet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's a little nerdy, but we really put a lot of effort into like the universe, I guess, behind like the album. So I would say it's kind of a concept EP. So we want to get that concept and make it immersive, I guess.
Yeah.
So and the lyrics are super important for that.
Totally. Yeah, that, I mean, I would agree. Like, yeah, it's definitely like a world that we kind of made with the songs, which, like, I don't know.
There's lore.
Yeah, there's lore that we've thought about since day one, honestly, and like even with the band name, kind of inspired a lot of it as well. Like Sandwich, Slamwich, like having the whole food element be a part of it is like a super used theme for us.
You guys are making kind of your own universe. Is that what you kind of said?
Yeah.
No, it's cool though, because it's kind of like, is that something that you're consciously thinking about and want to keep going with?
Well, I think just for this EP, like we'd come up with a new one going forward. I don't think it's going to be like our whole persona, but we did want to translate that for a set of songs that would go together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that makes sense. No, that's cool though, because it's kind of like, who else has kind of like a world like that? Is it Volvadonia?
I think so, yeah, because
like Psychosadistic Design.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and even the album after that is like about like this giant monster or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
At least it would be kind of fun to like keep people entertained, where each album was like a different concept.
Yeah, I'd love to do something like that.
Like a cool concept album even would be really would be too. Let's see. There's a couple comments here.
Guys, I'm for the Slamwich lore.
Hell yeah.
Tell us what you want to know.
Yeah, honestly, if anyone has any questions about the lore, I'd love to talk about it. We can't really reveal everything because we don't want to spoil the EP, but like I love, like, I think that's one of my favorite parts about this project, because like at least like I feel like we've had a lot of like long conversations about it that have been like, Andrea and I, like, we really that's like empty. We really like we work well together because we like really agree for the most part, but then when we disagree, like, we get into like a conversation, like, it goes, and usually it's about like
we take it seriously, for sure.
Well, that's cool.
Thank you, Keith. Fresh farm to table, ethically sourced. Yeah, that
great line.
That line is for
in the pit discussing the lore. Yeah, that's how I want the Slamwich fans to be.
facts. And she, like, I mean, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but you love Lord of the Rings, which I feel like is a series that has a lot of lore. I don't know anything about it, but I feel like
I really love the fantasy lore shit. I'm not like a Dungeons and Dragons kid, but I definitely love some lore.
Lore's good.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to have. Yeah, it'd be cool if you guys kept up and did like a whole lore thing and a whole like almost your own kind of universe type deal. Be really sweet.
It'd be your Slamwich.
I want to see that EP cover in VR.
That's so funny. What did Key say up here? Oh no, 43% Luna said, I'm super excited to see more femmes and diversity deathcore slam as of recently too. Yeah, that was actually one of my questions. Was do you guys notice any like pressures or any sort of like different treatments of being female in like a mainly male dominated genre? You know, with like you know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah,
There's just
Yeah.
so many guys in this scene that it's like
yeah.
have you guys gotten treated differently, or do you notice anything, or like?
I think that there's definitely sometimes bias more than anything. I think the treatment isn't obvious because everyone knows what year it is. So, and they know like not to, most people are very nice, and very excited to see, more diversity. I feel like we definitely tried to act as though there isn't a difference.
Right.
Pretend like, it should be like how it should be, which is there's no difference. You're still a musician, you're still somebody who's creative trying to make something. But yeah, I mean there's comments, there's definitely creepy people we've had to deal with too, which is more the issue, I think, than the actual like backlash of like being misogynistic. I think it's more so like having to deal with a lot of like
Klingons.
sexual and
people, us being like the peak of someone's fantasy kind of situation, which we've dealt with a handful of times. At least like just people like kind of, well, there was one dude that was like going on and on about Andrea being his dream girl, like some bullshit like that. Like
there's definitely a lot of that, which is annoying. I definitely I know that it has to do with gender, which sucks. Because it's like, oh, you're good for, being a woman, but it's like, yeah, that shouldn't have to matter.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I feel ya. It's it's so weird that like the second there's like a band that comes out that has a female, it's like it's just like I don't know. It's almost like it just I feel like it turns heads, but for the wrong reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I do.
Yeah, I feel like
guys first as a female fronted band, or in your case, even the guitar, and then music secondly. That's just how I see it. You know what I mean? They go, oh, there's chicks in that band, sick. Like I feel like that.
I don't know if this is like necessarily, this is just how I feel. I really hate hearing female fronted because it shouldn't be like a definitive part of the band. I also, I think the one that I like the least over everything about being in the band is having the success be accredited to the fact that we're women. So that's definitely the biggest slap in the face. Like if somebody says like, oh, like it's because you guys are girls, you guys have an advantage. And even if it is the case that, people are looking for more diversity and, they want to check out something that isn't as, naturally reoccurring in the deathcore scene, like it still kind of hurts to think that, it's not because of the music or the art or something that we actually created, as opposed to like
something that we can't control, something that we were born being, I guess.
No, I definitely agree. Like it is cool to see more females for sure.
Yeah.
But that's going to pique people's interest and be like, oh, like how are the vocals? How are this? You know what I mean? Like I get it. but I just don't like you were saying, Andrea, like where everyone says, oh, it's female fronted, or like I don't even use that anymore for the last couple of years, because I feel like, yeah, it's like a band is a band, whether you're male, female,
Yeah.
whatever, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that shouldn't define you as a band, right? Like
Mhm.
I feel like people should check you guys out because they want, the name sound like that was back then. Like what caught my attention was like the name of the bands, like
Yeah.
like something like Annotations of an Autopsy. That sounds so sick. So like you go check it out, not like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, girl of six.
Yeah.
Now I want to
I
look at it. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it's
I do understand it, like in terms of representation, because like I sense we're in the current climate where, there aren't many female females and women like in metal. Like I understand like people wanting that to like for representation reasons for sure. Um, but yeah, I guess I mean I do feel like, you know, I I want our band to come across as like any like a band, regardless of like
right.
what gender we are, or like how
Yeah.
we portray ourselves.
And I also want to clarify too, like that's exactly how we felt since day one. And I want to clarify that saying like a female fronted band isn't a bad thing, and it's usually not coming from a bad place. So I mean, it's totally fine. It is just like it's sad that it's been so many years that's not already like something normal. And
Exactly.
I grew up playing guitar and having to go to Guitar Center and having shit like that happen all the time. That it's like, oh, like
Yeah, I mean,
just bad comments.
Right.
And but like hopefully it'd be nice to inspire, if there's somebody, a 14-year-old girl who wants to
Yeah.
play, like to have an idol that isn't a man,
Right.
that's somebody that's like
I
them, you know.
Yeah, that's also a good way of looking at it. Of inspiration too. Yeah, because there's probably tons of girls out there who, for multiple reasons, might be afraid to start, a heavy metal
Yeah.
band. Whether it's, family won't accept
Mhm.
it, they're afraid of like the backlash from men and stuff. Like, and it's cool to see you guys do what you do, and same with the other bands with females in them. So like I definitely get it. I just wish there was less. I guess in the end, I just wish there was less like creepy people.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that one
I that's
is the annoying
and
one.
in deathcore especially, there's some very questionable individuals
Oh yeah.
that exist,
It's like
which is sad, but
they've never before, and they're just like coming out of their basement, and it's like, it's
mhm.
it's interesting. I've seen comments for like not even just you guys, just other even back when I back when like I Wrestle a Bear wants to start getting big, like she like Krista, the original vocalist, like it was the same thing. Like all the comments on her videos is just like not even about the music; it's all about her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I go,
Yeah. It would make me feel bad for the rest of our band who deserves just as much credit if we're like
yeah,
the main feature of the band.
right,
For the wrong
right.
reasons, you know.
Oh, for sure. I would be like if I was in a band that was getting treated, weird or differently because of females being in it. Yeah, it would be kind of like a shot to the.
Mhm.
Yeah, it sucks. Like
But
I saw some.
our drummers had to take a picture of us with somebody who didn't know they were the drummer.
Wait, what?
I remember somebody came up, I'm not gonna say it, but somebody came up to us and was like, "Can I get a picture with you guys?" And then asked the nearest person who happened to be our drummer
Yeah,
to take the
yeah,
picture.
I do
Just
remember
like
that.
stuff like that. It kind of sucks.
that's so they specifically wanted pictures with you
Yeah, yeah.
guys.
And they didn't know that that was our drummer.
So
And also, like, I do want to say, like, since like we are the ones on this live, like we are the ones representing the band. It's because like also because we started the band and we like are
We do the writing most of
we
the time,
do
so
most of a lot of the stuff for it. So
mhm.
yeah,
yeah, we're not like the intentional
yeah, we're not like the
woman faces
mascots.
of the
Like,
band.
yeah.
Conversation that's just you two representing the
Yeah.
band, though.
I do
I
want
get
to go back to some of these comments because there's some things I kind of want to
yeah.
answer.
Let's go.
Uh, so someone said Lilith Demise Slamwich tour when. I don't know if we can leak that information, but it is definitely soon. possibly, maybe. And then Keith said, without spoiling anything, does the person on the artwork have a name? Possible metal mascot. Does the person?
We really I originally wanted to make him like a metal like an Eddie kind of thing. But no, we never got around to naming the monster. We
Yeah.
brainstormed, but I think we will come up with a name by the time the EP is out.
Yeah, I mean, I think a name would be funny because I know like Vulvodynia's mascot has a name as well, like the butcher person
Yeah.
on there. I forget what his name is, but our idea with our like monster is kind of just like a, I don't know, like genderless demon monster creature that is like our representation of our like fantasy
Yeah.
world, I guess. Our
Yeah.
like our representation of us in our fantasy world, I guess. I don't know.
And he just like feeds on the killings of the Volvis people. But he also is he doesn't know better. He just kind of is sent to rid the world of these people, but he
Yeah.
doesn't know better. He just thinks he's making something really, really pretty.
Yeah.
He just has this like compulsion to kill.
That's I like that. That's fun. Is he more like childlike too?
A little bit. We've talked about it, and we kind of gave him these qualities that were like as if he were to see the gore as something really pretty. So he has like almost an innocent look, like while killing somebody, be like, how pretty, like the
it's like an art form
came out. Yeah, it's just
It's kind of
yeah.
me of Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah,
a little, yeah.
I heard that. Yeah,
very like childlike. He doesn't talk. He makes
yeah.
That's definitely, and I didn't even think about that, but that's definitely an inspiration, I guess, but unintentional.
sandwich maker.
Wait,
What?
Keith, he puts sandwich maker.
sandwich maker does it turn its victims into meat sandwiches?
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. We actually had one of our OG songs was called Human Sandwich. Maybe we'll leak that on YouTube in the future, but
Bufford, I like that. It's a good name.
like Buford, I think.
Oh, I like Bufford.
Bufford. It's supposed to be Buford.
I don't know who
I mean, they're both good.
But
the Bufford with the double F.
Brain Dead Memes 999, it definitely does. It definitely turns them into many different various
There's actually
meals.
a part of the EP that isn't shown that was always the concept, which is that the storefront looks actually pretty pristine. And there's a lot of like working class like businessmen who come into this high-end like shop, and they eat what they don't know is human meat consistently. So that's where a lot of the
Yeah, and one of our songs that's not out yet highlights that a bit. Definitely a more extreme scenario because it's about like a fancy like luxury dining experience, but the person that is enjoying the food is eating his children, but he doesn't know that. So yeah, that's
that's sick, but in a good way.
Yeah, thank you. That's kind of like a slap in the face to him.
There's this old like slasher film I used to watch. It was called The Untold Story, and it was about a guy in Hong Kong who used to kill people and then put them in the dumplings and then open up his restaurant every morning.
That's awesome.
And he would serve it to the locals. And apparently it was based off a true story that really actually did happen in real life.
That's pretty brutal.
Well, I want to watch that. What's it called? The
Untold Story. Yeah, it's
like from, I think that's good inspiration.
Yeah,
it's called,
good inspiration.
Untold Story. I forget who makes it, but it's a Hong Kong movie. It's wild.
Sick. Rick and Morty has an episode like that. What episode? I want to watch it.
You don't like cartoons, so
I don't like.
Maybe I've seen it. I've seen a little bit of Rick and Morty.
This is making me hungry.
I'm also hungry, Keith.
All I can think of is Baconator right now. It's really bothering me. What was I gonna say? Can we get a top 5 inspos for Slamwich?
Oh, that's That's a fun question. Okay, collective or individual?
Let's do individual.
Okay. Do you want to go first or should I go first?
You can go. We'll probably have a lot of repeats.
I think we'll have repeats, but I think we definitely have differences.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So my top five inspos. Well, I would say vocally, my favorite vocalist is Darius Tarani of Spite. He's by far like just his energy, his like passion, his theatrics on stage, best live performer. Spite is my one of my favorite bands to see live. It's the most engaging, immersive live metal band I've ever seen. So I would say they're definitely up there, even though our deathcore is definitely not the style that we're going for. Like vocally, a lot of like the stuff that Darius does, like especially with his like seething attitude, I try to do that as well. Um, like with some parts, because I really like the energy that that brings. Instrumentally for the band, like as we said, Thy Art Is Murder, Well, Thy Art Is Murder, All Shall Perish. That is like our peak inspiration. I would say also Desolation of Eden by Chelsea Grin,
Yeah.
for vocals and for just overall vibe. I know I've also heard that that vocalist is not. I've seen some videos too that that vocalist, what's his name, Alex something, is not good live.
Okay.
But it's funny that that's the case. But I know there's another question that was on, I think I read on your sheet about favorite MySpace bands, so I didn't want to talk about this yet. But another I'll bring it up now because we're talking about inspirations. But another vocally and instrumentally inspiration and for MySpace bands is And Hell Followed With, their album. I can't even remember what it's called right now, but the one with uh, oh, my brain's not working. Proprioception. That's what it's called. That album, I love. The breakdowns are so creative. The vocals are so much range. It's awesome. And uh, that's four bands, or I guess that's five bands. But I could, I don't know if you want to go. I can follow up with more later.
Okay. I don't. Um, I'm not sure. I feel like my inspiration for the band is very different to what I very much love, like my favorite bands. But I would also agree on Infinite Death stuff and the Adversary stuff for The Art Is Murder. Um, All Shall Perish. The Faceless is a huge one for me. I love the tech shit, and it's especially like the Akaldama stuff is really fun for guitar and really fast paced too, which I love. And drumming is like actually one of my favorite things about metal in general. So that has that. I really like From the Shallows too. I don't know if you they're like a very random band, but they have really good
From
energy. And is that they had the Black Dahlia bassist in it.
Wait, is that deathcore band, the old deathcore band?
Not the was
I'm trying to think. Is that shit with like the axe? The song is
yeah,
like axe something.
yes, Battle Axe.
Battle Axe. Yeah.
Yeah,
under
Battle Axe.
Moonlight,
What, sorry?
under Achilles Moonlight. That song.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
yeah, they have crazy bass drops too.
yeah, it's
I love
fucking
bass drops.
sick. I love it. Battle Axe was a huge inspiration of the summer for me. That song. And then
Black Dahlia.
probably Black Dahlia. Yeah, that was gonna be my last.
And well, you forgot. I think a major one, Death as well.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of my favorite writing, like Death and Necrophagus, are definitely my favorite bands. Are not. It seeps into what I write sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not the vision exactly, like sound wise. But I want elements of that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the new song, I want like a necrophagus like tapping section mixed with like Chelsea Grin like breakdown in the background kind of thing. So yeah.
And yeah, and then I guess I was listening to them a lot this morning because they're one of my favorite bands. But Gojira, for me personally, is like the band that got me into metal. The band that like made me want to like take like doing vocals and playing bass and everything like to a level that's like more serious, I
Right.
guess.
Yeah.
They super inspired me, especially when I was like first getting into it. But
Favorite MySpace.
yeah,
Yeah, that was one of my questions was your favorite MySpace era bands, but you kind of touched on them
we
already.
could keep. I mean, I could keep going. Like
And
yeah.
Crimson Armada too.
Crimson Armada's awesome. But we already said How Far With
All Shall Perish is my number one favorite,
Yeah.
to be honest, because I love That Is Murder, but they're not as consistent as All Shall Perish. Huh?
Are you talking about All Shall
Yeah,
Perish?
that's definitely my number one favorite. Like,
What's your favorite album by them?
I don't know. I'm between Awaken the Dreamers and fuck, what is the green one called? Which Live and There's No Business. It's something the planet.
I can't remember
Dead
either.
Planet. I don't know.
That's the song. There's no business to be done on a dead planet.
Yeah,
What,
I think that album.
Yes,
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, those are the two best albums
one.
by them, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's All Shall Perish was one of those bands that I didn't get into later because I just never liked them back then.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Why?
I don't know. No, I don't know. Same with And Hell Followed With. I still not.
I love.
I can't fully get into And Hell Followed With, but fucking All Shall Perish is just guitar porn.
Well, I think she's more picky about deathcore than I am. Like I love Angel Maker as well, like old Angel Maker, and she's iffy about it. But we have an Angel Maker flag in our living room, so it says defend deathcore, so like we have to.
Oh, we fuck with Card Effects too.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Whitechapel fan.
Do you like the new singing Whitechapel?
No.
Or do you like the...
Oh no, like Somatic Defilement.
Yeah, Somatic Defilement is the shit. I that's another album I definitely taken lyrical inspo from lately. That album is brutal.
It's so crazy how good.
What'd you say?
I said it's Somatic Defilement. It's so crazy how good it is. Like how just
it's so good.
Like Phil
and
vocals, the lyrics, the music.
Sizer, I think, is my number one deathcore song of all time.
That's probably my top 5.
Yeah. That song's
amazing.
You will never fuck again.
Does it get any better than that?
Yeah.
I love that little.
What's that band? We Are the End is sick. And then
Yo, I think somebody asked about that earlier. Yeah.
And then what's that band that we were into with the zombie album art?
Oh, that was like a new one we found out. There's actually a MySpace deathcore playlist that we found that has like some like undiscovered gems, like some really deep cuts. Oh, we gotta send it to you. And we found damn, I don't remember the name.
I wanna I don't know if I brought my phone in here, but I wanna look through it. I feel like I'm always put on the spot with these types of questions, and I can't fully activate my brain. But I have a whole not to plug my Spotify, but I do have a MySpace deathcore playlist and a MySpace deathcore revival playlist. So if anyone's interested, but yeah, Burning the Masses.
Burning the Masses, yeah.
They're great.
The sleepy shit.
Yeah. And
too, yeah, that's sick. I haven't heard them in a long.
Suicide Season by Bring Me the Horizon was the first MySpace era album I've ever heard, and that was it. I was there.
That was it for you?
Yeah, that's for me. That was the first, honestly, that and Angel Maker were the first deathcore bands I think I ever heard, and I was like, well, there we go. I'm ready. Yeah. I'm sold.
My first vinyl was actually Hate, and that's how I got. They used to sell them at Hot Topic and shit, and I just I was in a black metal, and I was like, I wonder what this is. It looks cool, and that's how I got into deathcore. And then I started listening to a lot of Suicide Silence. I didn't listen to much of The Cleansing at the time.
No.
No.
That's such a
that album is,
my God.
That's my favorite Suicide Silence.
Yeah, now I'm yeah, it's probably my favorite. I don't really listen to much of them
And they
anymore.
recorded that thing live.
What'd you say?
They recorded that whole album live.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I fucking read about
we
that.
looked
That's
that up the other
sick.
day, actually.
We were wondering about their mixing process for that because
Yeah,
our drummer was like,
live in the
he,
studio or whatever. Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, it's sick.
I got to burn a massive one with Burning the Masses. I'm fucking jealous.
That's
Yeah,
sick.
Keith.
Keith.
Keith, how could you say that right now? I want to
The
be.
Cleansing is
do
my
that.
favorite album of all time. Yeah, that's
I mean, that's a good one to
sick.
pick.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of vocals as well, like
Yeah.
I try to like go for that like Mitch Lucker high shit. Like I
I
love
was gonna say
that.
that earlier. I'm gonna say your vocals really remind me, like the highs especially, are very like they're almost kind of like Brendan from Thy Art and
That's also
and
the style.
Mitch, because Mitch had some crazy highs. As good as his lows were, his highs were like
Yeah, his
Insane.
highs
Man.
were like
Tone.
peak deathcore highs, and back
they're
then,
crazy.
yeah, I'm always inspired by those. Also, in terms of like random, like other MySpace shit, War from a Harlot's Mouth. It's another band that we took a lot of inspiration from for Edible Arrangement, especially with the gunshots, like because we heard Transmetropolitan, the album,
Yeah,
and then
Uptown Girl.
what?
I think it's the song Uptown Girl, right? Where it's the machine
No, I
gun.
think
Hey,
it's
let's start a band.
yeah, no, that's another one. It's like something about keyboards. Hold on,
What?
hold on. I swear, it's like
Is it really?
yeah, it's
It's just
Yeah.
machine gun.
oh yeah. It's if you want to blame us for something, they're all so long, these titles, so I never know the full name. If you want to blame us for something, that's a
Is that what? Is that the one? That's called? Oh,
yeah. If you want to blame us for something, something else.
Uptown Girl for some reason, but I haven't heard that album in a long time. So
Yeah,
what else?
it's great. It reminds me of like the Crin, like that band that we were talking about, and that
Yeah,
shirt.
I saw you wearing the shirt live, which is cool.
I did.
Yeah.
I love that shirt. It's sick.
It's so sick. The band's so good.
Oh, their Despised Icon shirt.
What's that?
The Despised Icon shirt.
Yeah, the other one.
Yeah.
Is it for you?
Yeah, I got it. It's for her.
Oh, sweet. You're gonna keep the burgundy one.
Oh yeah,
I love the burgundy.
for sure. I'm keeping the burgundy one. She's gonna rock the black one.
That's so funny. Yeah, I still got to it's at my it's in a bunch of bins at my parents' house, so I have to.
Yeah, no rush at all. But
dig it out.
Yeah.
But no, I might find more stuff. I have like thousands of shirts.
That's awesome. I think it's awesome that you were able to like collect them like just over time. So you have like OG shirts and shit.
Oh yeah, all my stuff is pretty well OG. It's a lot of actually I have Whitechapel's first shirt. It's really cool.
That's
never get rid of that. That's fucking awesome.
It's a small, unfortunately, but I had to buy it just to have.
That's sick.
It's yeah, I got a lot of old, like even Suicide Silence. I got like old stuff before Mitch was in the band and stuff.
Saw Despised Icon recently and absolutely loved the show. You guys gotta tour them someday. That would be a dream come true. I love Despised Icon. I saw them twice on their last tour with Dying Fetus. They're fucking awesome.
Oh, you saw them with Dying Fetus? That's cool.
Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've seen Despised Icon a few times way back in the day, and they were like, they're always so good, like unbelievably good.
Yeah. The multiple vocalist thing was sick.
Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza.
Yeah.
I literally have heard that so many times, and I never listened to it.
And I Set My Friends on Fire.
I Set My Friends on Fire is great. That's another MySpace band that I just they like. I used to hate them so much, but then like the MySpace aesthetic got to me, and I was like, you know what, this is awesome. Like this is sick.
It's their first album is it's fun. I don't dislike it. They got catchy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't really listen to it that much, but like I just think that like it's just like when I think about like MySpace era music, I think about them. Like that's
it's definitely like mall music, like just
hot topic people. Hot topic music.
Yeah. Of Modern Man is one of the records that got me to deathcore. Yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah, I think I started listening to Despised Icon with their newer stuff, like Purgatory, that
Oh yeah.
song. I don't remember what the album's
What,
called, but
what album was that? Beast or whatever?
no, it's the one. It's not Beast. It's I forget what the name of it, but it's the one with the dude like crouched over with the wings. It might
Okay.
be called.
Yeah, yeah, that was their last one, I
Yeah,
think, right?
yeah. I got into them with that album, and then I went back and I was like,
It only gets
yo, the rest of
better.
it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't really have a bad album.
Not
I think all of it.
no, they don't. Their albums are pretty. They're like what you may call it. I forget who we were talking about earlier. Oceano, where I feel like they put out pretty consistent, like,
Yeah.
where it's not like Thy Art of Murder, where it just went like downhill really fast. Even Carnifex, I feel like kind of went. I don't like the newer.
I think Carnifex has remained has had the most integrity as a deathcore band throughout. Like, to me, like, that fell off, Suicide Silence fell off, Chelsea Grin fell off
I did
the
not like the
worst.
new stuff at all.
And
Yeah,
who else? Whitechapel fell off. Like, they all fell off, except I think Carnifex, like,
Yeah, they're
I
loyal.
would. They're good. Their new shit's not as good as their old shit, but
right.
like they didn't quite as fall off as bad to me.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair because they kind of still have a heavy sound. There's no singing still and stuff, but it's just not as deathcore. They like earlier you guys were saying like you can go kind of a hardcore way or death metal way, and I feel like they started.
Yeah, their early shit was super death metal-y too.
Yeah.
But it was like more like it was just like the mix was super grindcore to me. Like it was.
They were always very heavy.
Their Dead in My Arms album is very. It's funny that you say that. Like it's very grindcore recorded.
Yeah.
It's like I can see that now. I never really like. I always liked the production of it because it's kind of raw and it's
super raw. Yeah.
People sound to it. But it is because a lot of grind stuff that I listen to is like, yeah, it's recorded kind of like that, where it's kind of not the best recording, but it still sounds really good. Still brings it.
Mm-hmm. People are swearing by Carnifex's new album, so maybe we should listen to it. I didn't. I listened to maybe the single, and I thought it was good, but I didn't come back to it honestly.
I think what pissed me off with them is that the older they got, the more gimmicky they got live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when they came out, I saw them the first time I saw them when they were dressing up with like eye makeup and like their outfits. They were like, oh, they're older than me, and they're probably almost 40 years old, and it's kind of weird to have them dress up. Usually it's like you start like that and then grow out of it, but like they tried it the other way, and I feel like that's turned me. Like,
I get that.
Yeah.
I don't know. The music, I haven't listened to the last like 2 or 3 albums, but I think the last one was Hell Chose Me. I think that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, that
one was.
I haven't heard.
I've heard some stuff of Hell Chose Me. I haven't listened through the whole thing though.
The new Whitechapel is for sure terrible.
People are saying it's good.
I'm sorry, I just.
I'm afraid that I'm afraid. Really, I don't know why, but I don't know what to expect. Cause I feel like their first like 3-4 albums are so good. Where it's like I don't want to ruin that image of it by listening to the last couple albums, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point, because it's also about like that's why a lot of the bands that I love are bands that actually stopped. Like All Shall Perish, Death, and Necrophagist. They're all bands that in my eyes have perfect discographies because they didn't overdo it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of peaked up and then like ended it before they.
Yeah, before it crashed down. So
Yeah.
It just sucks because you can't see them tour, but
we definitely have to get going kind of soon.
Yeah.
Do you have any more questions for us?
Sure. I didn't realize what time it was. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's all good. I just have my other band's practice after this.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. So you guys already touched on the favorite, like MySpace era bands and like inspiration, but the last question, I guess, is what are your future plans? Like, what can we look forward to in the realm of Slamwich in the next upcoming,
Well, I mean, like near future, a lot. There's a lot of shit that's gonna happen. I hate to be the band that's like, oh, big things are coming, but like
we have been planning a lot of stuff.
like
We're doing it, the EP is coming out in March, so we're just recording three, like we said earlier, those three runs, because I think after the EP we kind of just want to spend some time like promoting it, like trying to play a lot of shows and stuff and getting out to different areas. We're also like with the EP we want to do a music video, like new merch and stuff. Which yeah.
yeah.
But
CDs too.
yeah, and then after that we do probably want to just try going for a single or something like that. Though what I told you we were working on last night. And have less, maybe less like spend time promoting, but also not wait so long with how we're releasing music and stuff like that.
And I mean, we haven't talked about it, but I would love to aim for an album.
Yeah, I think after that an album would be great.
Yeah.
And something that we can like pick a sound for and have a really consistent sound for the album. Because I love all the songs that we're doing now. I do also think it was like there was a learning curve. Like it was a process of, it was my first time like writing for a band.
Right.
So I think we have definitely like gotten a more solid sound and like known what we want to do. So doing an album where like that's a lot more confident.
Yeah.
And like
we have our sound like locked down instead of still trying to find it, because this EP definitely has, I mean, we have drafts of songs that were completely different and we completely rewrote them. And we've had like songs that we've never even used that we were just, working our way into finding like what we want to write. And I think I would say we're about there. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it would be awesome to do a whole album and like something that's super confident, has a lot of motifs throughout the whole album. I think right now the EP we're gonna release is gonna be really fun because it's gonna be like song to song. There's a lot of change. You can see like kind of the evolution of like all the shit that we like. But yeah, a full like album would be sick.
Yeah, and
like summer.
We will come to Kansas. Whoever said that, that's in our future.
Yeah.
So just exploring more places. I mean, like we want to set up definitely more shows beyond what we have lined up, and definitely in places we've never played before. So
I think we also probably want to play with a lot of bands that are doing the same thing too. Like we've loved on the come up, like playing with a lot of like mixed genre bills and but it would be sick to play with a lot of bands that are exploring the same genre. Have like full deathcore bills, and a lot of like bands. Yeah, like it'd be cool to play with Psycho Frame, Balmora, like Despo,
Tracheotomy, like all those bands.
I saw Tracheotomy not that long ago. They're so good live.
Yeah, they're
I've never
great.
seen them. Have you seen them?
Yeah, they're from my hometown, so I've gotten to see them. Yeah. But yeah, they're great.
Yeah, the vocalist Simon's a beast on vocals. Like he's
great. He's awesome.
Crazy. Yeah, no, that sounds like you guys have a lot on your plate, and it's kind of exciting. I'm excited to see like what comes of it. I know there's some stuff I know already, but it's fun to like a full length would be so sick. Like
hopefully by the end of the summer we can have that going.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be working on it.
And hopefully you guys hop on some cool like some shows and kind of venture out a little more. Have already, and I feel like that will definitely help you guys too for sure, because I feel like I don't know, the more you guys put yourself out there, the more obviously people are going to see, right? So I mean,
exactly, yeah. So it'd be the dream is definitely to eventually like tour Europe or end up on a big festival, play with some of the bands that we love.
For sure. That is something
long term goal.
Would work.
Long-term goal. I mean, that's cool to work towards. That'd be hell to go over to like a totally different foreign land and just play like your music there. People know it. That'd be so great.
Actually, our second most, it's just like a fun fact, our second most popular place for listeners is Germany right now. Like decent, like a very decent.
Slamwich at Rack and Len. Oh my god, that would be sick. I would love to.
Dude, that would be my dream come true.
Yeah. If anyone knows anyone that books whacking, please
Yeah.
let us know.
If you guys ever need to come out to Michigan, I know a person who has a venue too. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
that's
soon. We could definitely drive up, do Canada too.
yeah. Canada would also be a sick place to go.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know how big is the deathcore scene there.
It's definitely like in my city. It was good back then. The only downfall was that I live right across the river from Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, when bands would book, you can only do it in so much of a radius, and it was always Windsor, like where I'm from, was too close to Detroit, so it had to be one or the other. And usually, Detroit's the one that won.
Mm-hmm.
But we had two guys who one of them passed away a couple of years ago, but he used to put on some crazy shows and put on he brought Chelsea Grin here and Bending Doom here, Legia, Tony Danza, all kinds of crazy bands. And then yeah, he passed away, and then it kind of just fell apart after that.
Damn.
But like Montreal and stuff have like the bigger cities have a little bit more of a scene as opposed to like the smaller ones. But I would say that it's not as prominent as it used to be. It's not as big.
Yeah.
Where I can still see bigger like if you played in Michigan, you'll have a better turnout there. Because certain states that have better, like even when I went to Rose Funeral in Cincinnati, that was packed too. And then like I just feel like the certain states still have like a nice scene going. Like a nice healthy scene that's kind of thriving. Even Florida, right? Like Florida has a bunch of sick bands.
Yeah, Florida's always been a really good place. When I grew up, actually, there wasn't much going on. It was actually when I left for college that Tactosa, Tracheotomy, Lilith, all that stuff.
And Tactosa, but they're gone. They're so good too.
Yeah, for Tactosa.
But yeah, yeah, if you guys ever are gonna venture your way out, I definitely could help you guys.
Hell yeah, that will definitely take you up on that. I mean, I would love to go there.
The vocalist for And Hell Followed With is in a new band called Wounded Touch.
Oh, sick.
And they play a lot of shows too, so it'd be sick to have you guys play together.
I mean, yeah, that would be great. Didn't Dan Crown used to be the vocalist for them as well? Like not for their old shit, but like for their like later albums.
I think for their, it rings a bell. I didn't listen to their recent. I wasn't too familiar with their most recent stuff, but they did come out with like I think there's like one or two original members. The rest of them are kind of like fill-in. But I think the vocalist for And Hell Follow With is just not into that scene anymore. So he's kind of like in this like chaotic hardcore, metallic hardcore kind of band, Wounded Touch.
Oh, okay. But I mean, we'd still love to play with them. Like that sounds awesome.
It'd be sick. It'd be super sick. And even the guy who I know who owns the venue, he played a Rose Funeral for a bit too, which is kind of cool.
Oh yeah, sick. And I see come to South Texas, great death metal.
I'd love to go to Texas.
Yeah. And you have your own MySpace deathcore band called Victim Blamed. I'm gonna check y'all out. That's awesome.
Oh, Victim Blamed. Someone just showed me them and said there's a new band coming out. They had a new single. I think that's who it was.
I love this rise of MySpace style deathcore coming back. Let's go.
It's good. It's like I'm reliving my teens again. It's great.
Hell yeah.
And I won't keep you guys anymore. If you got band practice and stuff, I don't want to keep you there. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out for a bit and answering.
So much. It was super fun and interesting to talk about shit.
Yeah, we love talking and talking with you especially. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, thank you. No, I love talking about the old scene and stuff. And you guys are actually quite, because a lot of the bands I've talked to were from them, so they already know all the stuff. But it's cool to see like you guys actually know like a bunch of stuff from those old bands. You know what I mean? Which is kind of
we've done our research,
done homework.
Deep diving.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool because you can actually kind of converse about it because there's so many people that are like new to the scene but don't know anything. You talk to them and it's like doesn't really go anywhere. So it's kind of nice, like the back and forth and be able to actually, have cool conversations about it. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see what you guys come up with, and full length would be primo. And I'm just glad you guys are a band. Honestly,
Thank you. I'm glad we're a band too. It's brought me a lot of like
awesome experiences and happiness and
all that shit.
right, not sick. But yeah, I'll let you guys go, and yeah, have a good rest of the night. And I'll post this on the Instagram, and then I'll have Keith rip it off Instagram, and then also put it on the YouTube channel, so then we can, for everyone that missed it and they want to watch it, it'll be there. So
that sounds good. Thank
you
you.
so much. You have a great rest of the night.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.